Hello, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be watching Sense8 with me. Now, this is a video by Thorny Rose, and I'm excited to jump into this simply because I know nothing about this show, so I'm curious to see what I'm going to learn about it from here. The only things that I've probably heard, I think vaguely, is that I think this show is about multiple people like around the world, different backgrounds who don't know one another, that end up having some type of mental or psychic connection to one another. I think that's what the show's about. I vaguely remember hearing or reading something about that at some point, but again, I could be wrong. Not too sure about that. I really haven't even watched the first episode of this, so I'm curious to see what I learn after watching this video. Also, before we get into it, this was a video that was recommended by one of you all, so I will have that linked here as well. That being said, let's get into the reaction.
So you think our connection is a kind of miracle?
Yet
So I think I'm accurate. Yeah, it looks like they're all
communicate
connected.
thought and feeling without words.
If I were trying to describe this feeling.
No, it's just expanding.
Oh my god, I have never seen snow!
You will feel snow in the middle of the summer, rain when there's in the cloud.
Okay, so based off of what I'm seeing so far, I do think that I was correct in that these people seem to have some type of psychic connection with one another, and they're like talking about how it's a gift or whatever, and I feel like that's exactly what's going on here. Also, I think I just saw one of the actors from Lost. I've only ever watched like the first season of Lost, so I'm pretty sure that's like the one brown dude in the start of the show. So that's the only reason why I remember who he is. You know, brown representation, it's great. Yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because I'm pretty sure I saw him there as well. I'm not sure if he's one of the characters that are connected together or if he's like a side character because he was sitting next to someone else who was talking about their like connection or whatever. Also, you could see like within the mirrors, which I found that was pretty interesting in that like you would see one person looking into the mirror and another person looking back. So I presume that's like when they're maybe initially finding out about their like abilities and stuff. Interesting.
In the sky.
I would say that the word miracle sounds particularly appropriate.
However far across the world the cluster is scattered, the first breath they take as one.
Interesting.
We shall be of one mind.
So do they actually meet one another or are they just like
Little men,
mentally there? This is interesting.
I don't know how to drive.
Oh, that's so interesting. One of them's in prison?
You're here.
We need you. I need you.
I can feel
Are you real?
you. The fugitive runs because he's alone.
I thought I was alone.
You fight so hard for us, but this is not a fight for you alone.
Yes.
And as long as we're together,
Whatever you decide to do,
I know that there's nothing we can't do.
just know you won't have to do it alone.
Okay, so essentially what I'm getting from this is that they're all strangers at the start. They meet one another and then they kind of form a bond together and they all become like friends, or yeah, that's essentially what I'm getting here. And based off of this, it looks like they do actually meet in person at some point, or perhaps it's just the way that it looks to me. I mean, clearly they're visibly in front of one another, but there are times like in the car over there where they just swapped places, which in that case, I presume there's only one person actually there and two people are there mentally. So that's very, very interesting to think about. I have no idea, like based off of this, what the actual plot of the story is, but the abilities themselves are quite intriguing to me. I'm also curious as to whether or not this is like a scientifically explained ability or if this is more on the supernatural side of things. I'm not too sure. It's something that I'm curious about. I am also not sure where this show actually exists, so I might end up checking this out once I find it on whatever streaming platform it's on. It's definitely intriguing. I think I've Like, I've heard about this show before, but I didn't know any of this particulars, and I didn't know if it was like worth watching or anything. But just based off of this, I really like the visuals that they're going with to show multiple people in the same presence, showing like them swapping places. So I think it would probably be intriguing to at least check out a few episodes from this show at some point. I think that'd be fun.
Together, we are legendary.
Someone please help me. Help me.
So are there 8 individuals, I assume?
Different things you can stop us.
These are my people.
He's gonna need a lot more than.
And we go to our knees for no more.
I take everything I'm feeling. Everything that matters.
This seems so intriguing now.
We take everything that matters. I push all of it. We push all of it into this. Into my fist. And I fight for it.
And there's this, I feel like they don't, maybe they don't actually all meet. Because they're all around the world, right?
Help me.
I don't know.
Is it come to say goodbye?
I think I'm about to die.
She thinks they're gonna kill her.
I'm not ready to say goodbye. Hell they are.
Nobody's gonna die. You think you're hunting us? You want a war? We're coming for you. We'll give you a war.
Okay, I guess they're going after the people that did this to them.
Justice,
So
motherfucker.
maybe it's science
Today I
then,
want
based
to
off of
remember
that.
that I'm not just me.
Because they look like scientists there.
You are no longer just you.
And we march with pride.
I wasted a lot of my life with my eyes looking down, afraid of anything beyond the next step. And then something happened to me. Someone reminded me to look up. And I wanted to tell that someone thank you.
I wonder how many seasons this show
I
has.
wanted to tell you that I love you.
Honestly, like, just from the premise alone of this show, I'm very intrigued. I mean, I don't know exactly why I've never watched it, because I had heard about the premise being that, like, a bunch of people get, like, psychically connected around the world. But just watching this makes me a lot more intrigued than I was. Maybe it's just because I never watched a trailer or anything about the show, but I am curious to know whether or not it is worth watching, and I think that it might just be. So I might end up watching a few episodes on my own at some point, so I'm excited for that. Definitely a big thanks to the recommender for this video. I mean, it was definitely fun to watch and it piqued my interest, so I'm curious to see what more I see from this show in the future. That being said, let me know your thoughts in the comments below as to whether or not you liked the video. Also, let me know if you have any other videos you'd like me to watch in the future. As always, if you like the video, please like the video and subscribe for more from me on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.